Hi everybody, this is Cassie and I'm doing my reflection on greenhouse gas emission reduction. And one of the questions that we're asked is, whose responsibility is it? Is it the government's or is it the people's? And my response is that it is both. When we are looking at being sustainable, it's not a one or the other. It's how can we connect the two in order to create resilience. That doesn't mean the responsibilities are going to be the same. The government has different functions than an individual does, but it doesn't mean that they can't work towards a common goal. This is a bit of a trick question and a pitfall if we were to approach it this way. But if we approach it like, okay, the government, this is my responsibilities, this is what I do on my end to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. And as a people, we open up that marketing platform and get that going to help encourage them, because a lot of sustainability is communication. I say sustainability and people are like, so what's that? I mean, they don't even know what it is. So then I have to go explain. And there's so many ways to explain, as I'm sure you are all aware. So what the government can do is create a marketing platform to educate the people on what's going wrong. Hey, this is what's going on, and call people to take action, which is pretty exciting. And different ways that people can take action in order to reduce greenhouse gases. You can transportation, carpooling versus taking your own car, public transit versus not public transit. If you can take an e-bike, why not? It's good for you, provided the weather's good, of course. But you have these options. Then we have, but those are proactive options. There are also reactive options, or options where you're dealing with greenhouse gases. It's a huge city and it's an ongoing problem. So then the government can be like, okay, we're going to incentivize. Well, let's use London as an example. They're encouraging green roofs, and eventually New York's picked up on it. There's a green belt that we were working on south of the Sahara that, if planted completely in its totality from one coast to the other coast, was equal to every car in California parked for 3 years on an annual basis. That was the amount of carbon intake, which is also a greenhouse gas, of these trees. The air quality improvement is astounding. Also, solar power. People are under a lot of misconceptions with solar power. Not to say that there aren't other solutions. Nuclear fusion is cool, but it's got to go through its clunky cell phone stage before we can hit that sleek touchscreen, phase, right, guys? Okay. So, and solar energy is so much more of that. When I talk to people, it's greenhouse gas reduction right there. Greenhouse gas emission reduction right there. It takes fuel to create electricity. When you have a solar powered home, your investment into the environment is equal to 1,000 trees planted every year. We can be proactive in shutting down potential greenhouse gas production areas, like cars, transit systems, things like that. But we can also be reactive as well, and reactive solutions are just as important. And I think that this is where the government can step up and be like, as a people, you can really shine in your, in a lot of proactive but also reactive. But it's going to be all about how it's presented to the people. We have to have a good marketing platform, because this is how we will open up that dialogue. We will call people to take action and just keep doing it over and over and over again. So, but that's my 2 cents. Anywho, you'll have a great night.